Devil is a lie, boy. Let's get it. Shout out to Yaktown, Homicide Housing, let's go. Yeah. Look, I'm 100 miles and still running. This funky drum got 100 rounds and still gunning. I feel like dumping one in your pumpkin and feel nothing. The same smoke with a different stroke, you feel drumming. I feel stunning, no Matt Damon, it's real stunting. I'm good with Will at the Goodwill hunting. I found out rappers ain't proactive, I'm still bumping. Larceny in my arm, B, I steal something. Alright, my poker face still bluffing. Cousin, call your Annie up, the deal coming. House of cards, they see him trying to build something. They ban arms, but this arm can steal from them. Chill, young and this meth dugging with ill will. And any problem I can't solve, then ill will. Yak Town and Killer Hill, the Skillville. 5-point palm and your heart gone, it's Kill Bill.
I am the greatest of all time.
Greatest of all time, it ain't no debate. Street certified, nigga, let 'em hate. Disrespect the throne, watch him levitate. They know the product better, so it's worth the wait.
What do we have here? Bunch of cadavers, I cooked and battered like last year. The yak here, fucking around with the best pad. Heisenberg when cooking off up in meth labs. Yes, Dad. That's the sound of my sons talking. Fuck the moon, I'm too hot, I'm sun walking. Make them uneasy like Crips hearing bloods talking. Illuminate the place without a blood offering. Pay homage, bitch, this is the goat speaking. So heathen, smack a nigga for no reason. Smack gave a nigga racks to back smack the whole region. Getting lettuce, now I'm so vegan. These demons be creeping and get to speaking. Leaking from the land with a deacon, they even leave you leaking. I see you grieving, I'm really ill, nigga. And lay your ass down for that Killer Hill, nigga.
I am the greatest of all time.
Greatest of all time, it ain't no debate. Street certified, nigga, let 'em hate. Disrespect the throne, watch him levitate. They know the product better, so it's worth the wait.
I am the greatest of all time. I am the greatest of all time.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? We back. It's 2 Oxtails and an Empanada, and it's your boy, Uncle Paulie. What's good, baby?
It's your girl, Angie. What's happening with your baby? We miss you.
Yo, man, we back, man, and I know we've been gone for a little while, and I know y'all.
Hey, Katie.
I know y'all see the thumbnail, man, and just to give y'all a little bit, that's my
Hey, Ash.
not even my friend, that's my brother, man, Razan. He passed away right before. That's why I was gone for a little while, man. It put me in a small depression, man, and I just couldn't get myself right, man. He left 4 boys behind, and it still bothers me. I think of him every day, man. And I just miss him, man, and it just. I'm about to say something, and it's something I need to say to myself, man. We have to take care of ourselves, our health, man. And a lot of time, us as men, man.
Our mental health.
You know what I'm saying? Our mental health also, but a lot of time as men, we try to beat everything, man. We could do it, or we'd be all right, and then before you know it, shit done caught up to you, and you gone, man. And it hurts people behind, man. And I have my little health issues that I need to get together, because I think about my family, man, and I know how I felt when I lost him, my man Staff. So we just got to get ourselves right, man. So I wanted to just have that up, man, and I just want his family and everybody to know, man. You know what I'm saying? I love you, man. Even it's hard talking about it right now, but I love you, man, and I'm gonna make sure I represent and do a lot of the things we talked about we was gonna do, man. So.
And that's good, you know, because that's something that I think in the community that we really don't talk a lot about is the mental health issues that a lot of us suffer from. You know, they say most people in urban neighborhoods suffer from PTSD. And I think that we've gotten so used to saying, you know, you'll be all right, you know, pop this pill, or, you know, smoke this, or, you know, drink that. And you think that you're kind of handling the situation, but what you're doing is that not only are you hurting your body physically, but you're not really doing anything but self-medicating. And right now in the society we live in, where that's something that's constantly being pushed, even when it comes from the pharmaceutical aspect of it, you know, you got to be careful. So listen, if you want to cry, I definitely want to say this to the men. If you want to cry, please cry. And ladies and men, if your son wants to cry, let him cry, because guess what? Those tears that's coming out may save somebody from being killed.
Yeah, and I just want to, you know, he died from asthma attack, man. So we really just got to get our health right, man, to get shit together, man. But
Nakanda.
Yo, what's going on, everybody?
Yeah, 2 wings and a CNC soda, right?
So we gonna jump right into this shit, man. Shit real right now.
Yes. Happy New Year to y'all too.
Happy New Year. Matter of fact, before we what did you do on New Year's?
Well, on New Year's, I was with my, you know, family and friends, my extended family. I'm blessed to be able to live next door to 2 of my best friends. So we kind of did like a potluck thing. We all made food. We came together. We got completely lit. You know, I was with my sweetheart or whatever, you know. And
what?
My sweetheart.
Yeah, I ain't seen you since November. Now you got a whole man out here. All right. What up, sweetheart?
but like, all in all, we were in the house. Wasn't really trying to be out there spending too much money, and we had a good time.
I was cuddling and shit.
This guy. What did you do for the New Year?
Yeah, that's funny. I was with my wife, and we went to her homegirl E's house, and I ain't gonna lie to you, I ain't want to go, but I had a great time. Just a bunch of grown ass black people playing games, and it was fun, yo.
It was fun,
and so that's how I brought my New Year's in, having fun with family, man. So that's what I did, man.
Good stuff.
So we gonna jump right into this shit. You ready for this, man?
All right, you let me know.
All right, so everybody know what's going on with Uncle Rob.
Hey, Happy
New Year, man. I miss you, man. Everybody, no, I'm sorry, y'all. I haven't seen nothing.
Yeah, now y'all know. Y'all know the one that y'all don't see.
What's up? Y'all grade up together? What's up?
Hey,
and refresh that, man. You get the comments right there.
No, all right, Angie got a man now.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Where did that come from?
Y'all are horrible.
Off the market.
Yeah. So we know what's going on with Iran and everything.
Oh yes.
So today, Iran launched more than a dozen missiles at 2 Iraq bases that hold U.S. troops, and what appears to be retaliation for the American airstrike that killed the top Iranian general last week. With that being said, how do you feel about what's going on? And hold on, I'm gonna question it like this: how do you feel about what's going on?
Okay.
And how our people are reacting to it?
Well, okay. So for number one, I don't think that we're taking things serious enough. I don't think we take out the time to read, and I think that we're just following social media. You know, we'll make some memes, and we'll have a laugh about it. But I think that sometimes as Americans, we have a false sense of entitlement. And I don't think that, and I think that if you like something, you rock with it. You know, it's like at first everybody was sharing the memes about the impeachment of Trump. And now everybody is like, oh, it's 80,000 on his head, and I'll do it for half, and all these different jokes. When this is some real shit, people are dying. So I think that that's something that needs to be taken into accountability. And if you watch this show, you know that I say this over and over again. Get to know your government. Get to have at least an understanding of politics. No one's asking for you to be able to be up on CNN and be a correspondent, but at least have an understanding of what's happening. This is not the first war.
Wait, hold on. Can y'all hear us? They saying they can't hear us. Can y'all hear us?
They can't hear?
Oh, yeah. Somebody saying they can't hear, yo.
Way off. These supposed to be down. Nah, they can hear because I'm here.
Yeah, you hearing it. Okay.
Can y'all hear? Testing. Let us know if you can hear us.
They can hear you. He was talking in the chat the whole time.
Yeah, talking in the chat.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Thanks, Joanna.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah. So go ahead. What you were saying, Angie?
Well, I just think that if us, because you gotta understand. Okay, we have a government, but is it really our government, ladies and gentlemen? We pay the taxes for the government. I really think that we need to start paying attention to things that matter and stop following trends and what's
No. Just turn them down. Turn them around. Turn them down.
okay. And stop following what you think is cool and sharing a meme and not really having a real understanding of the information about what's going on. Because I don't even hear people bashing Bush anymore. I mean, Bush actually was about to lead us into the next Great Depression. I mean, he act like he didn't know that 9/11 was going to happen. I mean, he came into the office trying to, basically avenge his father when his father was in office.
That had a lot to do with Dick Cheney too, but that's another. But what gets me is everybody's making a big deal about Trump dropping or giving an order to drop the bomb on his general.
And they're using the word assassination, but even the government is saying, is what happened really an assassination? And even the government is saying that it's unclear.
And what gets me is just for people who don't know, when Gaddafi was assassinated, the Senate knew nothing about it.
America needs to be single. I like that.
And no one had any problems when Gaddafi was killed. No one had any problems. There was no memes. Nobody thought about no war.
No.
There was nothing. So
interesting fact about Gaddafi. Gaddafi knew about who the true people were. And you can actually, if you kind of like follow up on some of his speeches and things that he talked about, he wasn't as bad as people thought. He just ran his country the way he wanted to run it.
And what gets me is it just seemed like there's a lot of things that this government does that I don't like. State does that I don't like. We have problems.
The War Act.
We have problems against our own government that we're dealing with as minorities right now. But at the same time, you have like George Lopez said here, take out Trump for half of it, and it's just like I don't like Trump either.
Right.
But where's the type of loyalty to where we at? At the end of the day, it's a lot of things I don't like this government is doing, but at the end of the day, this is still my country, and where the fuck I'm gonna go?
And let's be realistic. Those people, half of them have not been appointed just out of sheer likeness. Like, stop it.
And at the same time, you think we can go to Iran?
Absolutely not.
You think we can go over Iran and do what we doing now? Talk the way we talk now? You think we can go to China and talk the way we talk now? You think these people can go to these other countries and say fuck the president and still be alive? Go to Korea and do that bullshit. It's not happening. So sometimes I see the people complain and I can understand why, but at the same time, you still gotta realize, man, it's our country, yo.
And don't get it twisted. Whenever they really start targeting the Middle East, start thinking about the oil people. Everything that happens around the world has something to do with a resource.
Right.
Never forget that, because resources equal money.
I always put that right on.
Yeah, and
Message.
Azil, you're right. Gaddafi was going to shut down the Federal Reserve.
Get into it.
But a lot of people don't understand that. But since CNN or the news didn't tell them that it was okay to be mad, nobody was mad. It just seemed like today the media is telling us who to be mad at, when to be mad at it, and we just going right on it, and no one is forming their own opinions or doing their own research.
No. And then the sad part about it is, what if we was to get into a situation where multiple countries did kind of get together and they did do some type of attacks on us? Then what?
I don't care what nobody say. United States is fucked up enough where if it got that real, they'd blow this whole motherfucking planet up, yo.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, we surrounded around everything in this world strategically.
The United States was always the Queen's Army, so never forget that either.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
that's something to think about.
That's
But the message that we're really just trying to push about this situation is that you need to be informed. And so don't think that this just happened overnight. Now, currently 750 U.S. soldiers have been deployed after the whole attack. And then they have 3,000 more that are actually prepared to be deployed within the next days. But the real interesting fact is, since May of 2019, 14,000 soldiers have been deployed since May. So instead of us sharing memes and making jokes, we need to pray for all of the men and women that are going over there and that are putting their lives on the lines for us. Even if you don't agree with why the war is happening or what it's about, you should still have respect for your fellow Americans. And I'm gonna tell you something else. A big percentage of why those people are even in the military right now is for free healthcare. It's for education. Shit that we already paying taxes for. Now that's something to think about. But I'm just saying that I feel that we should give the troops more respect than what we are giving them, because what happens is how could you imagine how it would feel to be deployed and you don't know if you're even going to see American soil again?
Yeah, that's crazy.
And here we are thinking we the shit on Facebook and Instagram and Twitter, sharing shit to make people laugh. And you got people over there on the behalf of us that's fighting a war that they don't even understand why they fighting it. So, you know.
We're gonna go, man. But we're gonna move on to if you could play this, man. Illinois sells $3.1 million the first day on motherfucking weed sales. God.
I got 5 on it.
Yeah. Yeah, go ahead.
The new year means recreational marijuana sales are now legal in Illinois. Here's a live look right now. This crowd is outside one of the dispensaries just south of the state line waiting to get in. Customers, many from Wisconsin, have been waiting in long lines to be among the first to purchase legal weed. Stephanie Haynes is in Chicago for opening day.
Weed is legal in Illinois, and some people from Wisconsin decided to drive over the border and test it out for themselves, even though it's still illegal back at home. Wednesday morning, people wanting to legally buy marijuana products stood waiting in lines that wrapped around the block.
I got here at 6:15 and I just got served. It's now noon, so it was like 6 hours. It was crazy, but I guess it was worth it because I wanted to kind of be a part of history.
People visiting Sunnyside Lakeview Dispensary emerged with products to smoke, vape, or eat. Visitors from out of state can join in as well, but only within the state of Illinois. Once you cross the Wisconsin state line, it's contraband.
Nobody's driving.
Yeah.
Yeah, we took the train. We're going to take the train back tomorrow.
Staying the night is what several Wisconsin visitors told us they planned on for Wednesday in order to comply with both Illinois and Wisconsin law. Workers at Sunnyside say they are prepared for out-of-state customers.
We're really educating people on all the products available, consumption methods, and also, where they can consume.
People from out of state can buy half of what an Illinois resident can. That's 15 grams of marijuana or 250 milligrams of the active ingredient in edibles.
I can deal. If I'm going to get it here, I'll get it here and live. It'll come to Wisconsin soon.
Most people in line told us they weren't concerned about any drug policies at their jobs. Sunnyside said it's too early to know how much product they've sold, but said they expect to see hundreds more customers until they close at 10 p.m. On Chicago's North Side, Stephanie Haynes, today's TMJ4.
Okay, so Illinois is now the 11th state to legalize pot sales.
Wow, so with that being said right there,
get your blunts.
It's crazy to me, man, because so many people have been locked up for selling bud.
They have.
And now they're able to sell $3.2 million in one day.
Mm-hmm.
And what's crazy about it is people from Wisconsin came over, but they had police on the borderlines waiting.
Absolutely.
If you came back to Wisconsin where it's not legal, they was tearing your ass up.
Yeah, and it's crazy because what's happening is they tried to release certain people that kind of like had like certain weed charges and stuff, and really it's really all about is that they don't have enough space and they can't build the prisons fast enough, to keep people in the system because people it's like spilling out. That's why we have a lot of PTIs, especially up here in Jersey, which is pretrial investigations, because they're trying to they'll fine you, they don't really want to put you in jail. So I need for y'all to understand the biggest drug dealers out here are the pharmaceutical companies. Once they put their hand in something, they want a cut of it, it's gonna inflation.
And that's the scary part, because I remember when I did smoke bud.
Mm-hmm.
You was all right, but today's bud, some of the shit be having motherfuckers stuck.
Yeah.
And I believe that this out of these dispensaries, a lot of the shit gonna be having motherfuckers stuck. It's not gonna be. I don't know, man, but we was talking while the thing was on, and my man made a good point. He said he hoped that they don't make it legal.
I don't want them to legalize it either, to be quite honest.
And I asked them, they selling poison, Buddha, and I asked them why. And he said, New Jersey is big, but it's not that big. And to have people coming from New York to Connecticut over here, if we was to do it first before New York and Connecticut.
Yeah, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be pandemonium over here.
Yeah. So, because to see that line like that waiting for some motherfucking bud, boy, god damn.
So I went online because once I found out about this, I'm like, I want to find out what's the do's and the don'ts of what's happening in Illinois right now. So Illinois became the 11th state to legalize recreational marijuana for adult use. Okay, the bill was signed in June and the law takes effect today. So here are the answers to some of the questions that people want to know. Because even though you're out there, you better be careful because your ass might still get locked up. Okay? So it says, when can I buy marijuana in Illinois? Consumers can buy marijuana for recreational use from licensed sellers as of January 1st, 2020. Who can buy marijuana? Consumers aged 21 and older can buy marijuana products from licensed sellers in Illinois with or without a medical marijuana card. Who can sell marijuana legally? Medical marijuana dispensaries are the only legal sellers of marijuana for recreational use in January 2020. Beginning in mid-2020, Illinois will grant an additional license to dozens of new stores, cultivators, and transporters. Okay? So by the end of 2020, they're going to have 295 stores that are going to be up and running selling marijuana. How much can one possess? You can legally possess 30 grams, which is about an ounce, of the cannabis flower. The legal limit for cannabis concentrate is 5 grams. So you know everybody got like the little pens and stuff. And the limit for cannabis infused products, such as edibles, is 500 milligrams of THC, the chemical that gets you high. Okay? Where can you smoke it legally? It is legal to smoke in one's home and on-site in a cannabis-related business. You cannot smoke in a public place, such as a street or a park. Fines. In any motor vehicle, fine, possibly arrest. On school grounds, with the exception of medical users. Near someone under the age of 21.
Oh, so they treating this like alcohol.
Near an on-duty school bus driver, police officer, firefighter, or corrections officer. So, let's say you happen to be in an area, and if they happen to come by, it's illegal.
It's illegal. That shit crazy.
Mm-hmm. Can you grow it? You're only allowed to grow 5 plants at a time. If you're a non-patient, you are not allowed to grow marijuana in your home, and you can get a penalty of $200 to $500 for growing up to 5 plants.
So they making sure that this business stay in the business, people with the license.
And last but certainly not least, how will it be taxed? Purchases of cannabis flower or products with less than 35% THC are slapped with a 10% sales tax. Any infused products like edibles come with a 20% tax. Anything that has a high THC concentration over 35% will come to a 25% tax. So not only are you paying for it, it's going to be added tax. So if they legalize this everywhere, the person that's selling it to you in the street got to raise the price too. And they put themselves at risk as still being arrested.
Not really. They don't have to raise the price. Because they come out more cheaper than a motherfucker who's selling it in the store. Because if they got it, let's just say, this coming up with 5 grams, if it's $50 in the store, plus tax, you're talking about what? 65. So why wouldn't you get it from the nigga on the street?
That's true, but I'm telling you.
So y'all cats that's out here street, keep y'all customers, just make sure your shit is fire.
And what happens to criminal records related to marijuana? People convicted for possession of under 30 grams of marijuana prior to legalization will have their records referred to the state's prisoner review board and then to the governor for a pardon, as long as those convictions were not associated with a violent crime. If the governor grants the pardon, the attorney general will then seek expungement. Those convicted for possession between 30 to 500 grams have the option of petitioning for expungement themselves. Local state attorneys can also pursue expungement for those convictions on a case-by-case basis.
You know how long that's gonna take? Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy, man. But you know what we gonna do, Angie? We haven't done this in a while. We haven't done this in a long while.
Oh, no.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you've had Dunkin' Donuts tea. You've had Starbucks tea. But you've never, ever had Angie's tea. Dangle.
This never gets old, let me tell you. I swear. You know, I really missed y'all in 2019 because there was some real interesting things that happened. You had a rapper called Juice WRLD that passed away. You know, he was taking... it wasn't like he was trying to kill himself. He was actually afraid of being arrested. He took a lot of different drugs. He ended up having a seizure, and then a heart attack, and then he passed away. And then, of course, they already talked about how they found guns and all that other stuff on his plane when the whole situation happened. Let's see. Now, I don't know if you know, but Lil Wayne actually is the owner of Young Money Records now. He, after that long legal battle with Birdman and winning his, rights and all that good stuff, he's the owner. Now, the funny thing about it is now he's possibly facing charges because they said they found drugs and guns on a bus with him. So it's like he won, but now he has another battle. And, of course, Miss USA, Miss Teen USA, Miss America were all women of color, which was something that has never been I've never seen before. And more importantly, they two of them actually got that way with their own natural hair, and I thought that in its natural state, I thought that was wonderful because it actually stretched out the definition of beauty in that particular realm. But right now, I kind of want to talk about something that's just not pleasant. I decided to watch the Surviving R. Kelly, The Reckoning, and I'm gonna tell you the reason why. I watched it because we all know about the whole Me Too movement. We know that Harvey Weinstein is walking around right now with a walker, and he kind of got off the first case and paid those women off for $25 million, and coming to find out it wasn't even his money that they got, so they were kind of upset about that. Now he has new charges.
Wait, I'm sorry. He has a walker.
He has a walker. Suge Knight is blind. We can get all into it, but he has a walker. And then there's R. Kelly. R. Kelly did attempt to try to kill himself, in jail. And then I decided to watch the Reckoning.
He trapped himself in the closet? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
He was in the closet. But anyway, so I decided to watch it because I wanted to see what were they going to emphasize this time. And so they kind of focused on his last two victims, which was Joycelyn Savage and the other young lady whose last name is Cleary. I can't remember her first name. And they kind of were talking to the families, and they were talking about like how they got to that point and how they did try to protect their child, but he kind of got suckered in, and all of these different things. And they had a couple of young women that were up there that were older, and you had one woman up there. She was crying about the situation. She said, "Should I love him?" She said, "I'm not gonna lie." She said, "I love him." She said, "I love the little boy that's inside of him." She said, "Yeah, he treated me bad, but I loved him." And I was really just like trying to understand, like, why the hell are we still riding this wave? I've watched the court cases. I've watched the families publicly. Like, what is it that they're trying to do? We know he's never coming home. And understand this, for right reason, because the things that he was doing for a long period of time was wrong, and he was able to hide behind his music. Just the same way that Harvey Weinstein was able to hide behind his craft, and show business, and it was wrong all the way around. And I never like to make this a race issue, but of course this is America, and that's the only way to keep things going. They always want to kind of make things a race issue, and I want to kind of bring Oprah into this. And I get it. We all know Oprah, she's a billionaire. We know her story. We know all of those good things, and I get it. What I don't understand is that why is it for a woman that has such power goes out of her way to break down men of color? Not saying that they were right. I am not condoning anything that none of these men have ever done. But she'll publicly be seen out here kissing and hugging on other people that have done the same or maybe even worse things, and she says nothing about it.
Did you see her healer? her healer, her sanctified healer, whatever the fuck he is, he just got found out that he was messing with little children also.
But she won't talk about that. But she wanted to do Surviving Neverland, trying to throw a dead man under the bus that can't defend himself, and using two people that were already on the stand during these cases that were found to be guilty. They were lying. So I don't understand, why is it when people get into a certain financial bracket, they find it okay to turn their backs?
Because money makes the world go round. Let's be real. Even with the Epstein thing, everybody knows that Epstein didn't kill himself. Everybody knows.
No. And Jeffrey Epstein did not kill himself, ladies and gentlemen. He did not.
But at the same time,
he had too many people.
Understand that these people are so rich, they get bored with the normal shit that we do. As fucked up as it might sound, and you gotta realize too, Epstein was dealing with and you can chime in whenever you want, homeboy. You part of the show too, man.
Yes.
Uncle Rod usually chime in. So real quick, go
Epstein,
ahead.
Though, he had shit on, UK rules.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I was getting to.
Yes, they had to off with his head.
But it wasn't just the royalty. It wasn't just them.
That's
it was
right.
People from these rich people and all of these different people. So guess what? It was said that Bill Clinton was chilling with him a lot. And if y'all do the history on anybody that tried to tell on the Clintons, everybody that tried to go to court and tell on the Clintons, every single last one of them motherfuckers is dead. Look that shit up. Them motherfuckers is gangsters for real. But when it comes to money, even the R. Kelly thing, to go back, and I'm sorry, I'm in your tea a little bit. But,
no, get into it.
But it's flu season, so I got a cold. I need some tea. But like R. Kelly, let's be real, man. I'm a father. I got 2 daughters. My daughters know certain things I don't play with at all. I don't play. Sometimes I feel like I'm too strong on them. There's no way that any man in this world at a young age of my daughter, I don't like my daughters dating now, and they grown. There's no way that a man could come to me with my daughter being 14 or 15 years old and say, I'll give you $3 million, just turn your back and mind your business.
Right.
It's not happening. And I'm not saying that R. Kelly was right. He was wrong. I don't play with kids. But the problem that I have is that no one had a problem. But right now, because of social media and how things is, because everybody knew R. Kelly was doing this for a long fucking time. Nobody could act like they didn't know.
The music industry needed him. He was writing music, producing for multiple people.
But hold it real quick. We all seen the video. When the video came out, he went out, not guilty, had the tape with Jay-Z, all that, right? Nobody cared.
Jeffrey Kelly, not
but
guilty.
Right now, because of social media and how social media runs, and people feel like they can get a bag now and get maybe a TV show.
Absolutely.
That's what all of this shit is coming from.
But
niggas went past the police station and then I shut up. These motherfuckers went past the police station to a lawyer to get money. That's what this shit is. All of them, they getting paid for this shit, and it's crazy to me. Because, like, niggas act like Jay-Z and Dame Dash wasn't passing Aaliyah around. She was still young. But them niggas get a pass. We okay with that. Like,
well, Dame Dash didn't start. Dame Dash didn't start dealing with Aaliyah until she was an adult. I'm just saying.
That's what they tell you.
Yeah.
like, let's be real. Let's be real.
But why isn't nobody pressing his team?
Right.
Like how many people covered up for him?
Yeah.
One of the people actually being Aaliyah's uncle, where he actually forged her age saying she was 18 at 15, so that her and Robert could go ahead and go get married. So that's something to think about too. But now, when I was watching the documentary last night, I was wondering, do you think that maybe people get caught off guard because of the celebrity? Because think about it. If you have a child and your child is probably like into music and really into music, and then your child comes home and tells you like, I met R. Kelly, and R. Kelly told me that he'll have his people call me and stuff like that, and then they say, well, I don't believe you, and you make the phone call, and then he goes and he picks up the phone. Do you think that maybe people became starstruck? And sometimes when we become starstruck and then money is also involved, we don't make the best judgment. Not making excuses, but I'm just asking, do you think that could have been something that have happened?
Most people, I don't care what nobody say, most people will do anything for
I
money.
agree.
Motherfuckers
I
accept.
agree, Amon.
Motherfucker, you got people out here.
Chanel, he crazy as ever.
Remember the lady before on the Uber? She sold the child to someone she didn't know. Like, people will do anything for fucking money. What makes you think, like, yo, most people can't have a person come down to them and say, yo, I'll give you $10 million and do this.
Right.
There's a lot of motherfuckers say they won't do shit, but they will. But it's just certain morals of things that I can't do and I'm not gonna do for no motherfucking money, yo. But everybody don't think like that.
This is true.
And look at look at a lot of these celebrities who was big and all of a sudden they stopped. And what is a lot of the things they say? Yo, the things that was going on I couldn't handle.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That, like, this shit ain't new.
You know what Nakanda says? We all got issues.
Exactly.
I used to look for cute homeless chicks just to save money.
That's hilarious.
By switching to Geico?
But just like Miss Lady Soul Purpose said, especially if they're not used to having anything.
Absolutely. You'll be surprised what $5,000 to $10,000 would mean to a person that may have never seen that annually at all.
Why you think most niggas hustle? Most niggas hustle not because they want to hustle, but most niggas hustle because they want to look a certain way. That's why us as black people, we kind of stuck in a fucked up mentality. Because it's we'll do anything to get money, but we do it to look fly. But we don't got shit.
Right.
But we do anything for money. Motherfuckers sell dope to their mother.
This is
Come
true,
on, man. Like if we want to talk, let's be real. There's some people doing some fucked up shit for money, bro.
And you know it.
Bitches fucking for $40 now.
That was in 2019 too.
Nah, yeah, that's what I'm saying. But bitches
Imagine
fucking
what
for $40. They fucking the game up.
Imagine what they'll do for $80.
Man, this shit is crazy. This shit is crazy.
Things that make you go,
Shit is crazy.
It's true.
Power of the dollar.
The power of the dollar. Now, the funny thing is, right now, with the situation with Harvey Weinstein, the Los Angeles prosecutors announced that the criminal charges against him on Monday following the start of a disgraced movie mogul's rape trial in New York. So they're basically saying that he was charged with raping one woman and sexually assaulting another in separate incidents over a 2-day period in 2013 now. The felony charges include forcible rape, forcible oral copulation, sexual penetration by use of force, and sexual battery by restraint. And the prosecutors are recommending that bail be set at $5 million. Are you fucking kidding me? You know he can easily get that. You know, nothing would happen to him from that. You know, but I'm gonna follow this story. And like I said, I definitely don't think that anybody, whether it's men or women, should be forced to do anything that they don't want to do. I don't think that people should use their power or their money to kind of take over people. I think is wrong, and that's bigger than race. But one thing I will notice about the media is that they always play it that way, where it makes us forget that they all wrong, all of them, regardless of what their skin looks like. So that's something that I'm going to be following up. Let's see, Whitney Houston's daughter's boyfriend, Nick Gordon, who was 30 years old, actually died New Year's Day from a heart attack from a drug overdose. He was actually pushed out of a car in front of the hospital, and the people that were in the car pulled off. Now, the funny thing about it is a couple of days later, his other friend also died of a drug overdose. And this was the friend that was kind of like around him and Bobby Christina.
Fiends die every day, B.
They do. and when I heard this story, I was just like, wow, like it was almost like full circle. I said, I know that there's one person that probably feels good about the situation, and that would be Bobby Brown, because Bobby Brown publicly announced that he knew that Nick had something to do with his daughter's death. If you've ever followed the Whitney, I think the Houstons had a reality TV show on Lifetime TV called On Our Own. You know, I'm not really a big fan of how the Houston estate is being handled. It just seems like everything is about money. But when that show came on, it really kind of put a big light on Nick and Houston's relationship. And there was a lot of drug use, of course, and a lot of abuse, whether it be physical and or emotional. So he passed away on the 1st of January. There's really nothing more to really say about that. I just want y'all to also remember that in the midst of all of this, the Houston's name is back out there. And don't forget, if you caught our show a couple of months back, I told you the Whitney Houston tour will begin this month. And she will be set, the hologram of Whitney Houston will be set to come to the United States in September.
But that's why we have to.
I'm trying to tell you, the Kennedy's family's cursed. I'm telling you, it's like everybody's being touched except for Pat.
But that's how we got to talk to our young kids, man. Because when we was coming up,
they did.
We came from a culture of smoking bud and drinking. Now, don't get me wrong. If you listen to a lot of the Wu-Tang albums, they talked about smoking woos.
Yes, they did.
And you heard them sniff a little bit. Mm-hmm. You get what I'm saying? But it wasn't nothing that they promoted. It seems like today our culture is...
Wu-Tang for the children.
Our culture is pushing lean, pills, and personally, there's a lot of people that think marijuana is bad. I think marijuana, honestly, is the best thing because you can smoke a pound of bud. The worst thing that's gonna happen to you is you're gonna burn your throat. You won't die, but you can't drink a gallon of alcohol.
No,
you know what I'm saying. You can't take 5-6 pills. But these kids is taking pills, and what's happening is they're turning into dope heads.
Right.
And that's why y'all have to really, you know what I'm saying. I'm not saying be your kid's friend, but at the same time, you have to have some type of open relationship with them and understand and know that these are different times.
Yeah.
That you have to do things differently.
Yeah.
You understand?
And it goes back to what you were talking about earlier because, again, the society that we are in is promoting depression. If you even listen to the music and understand this, I never get on anybody about their version of music because music is an expression. And so what a lot of people don't understand is that a lot of times when you listen to these songs, these kids are depressed. They're telling you how they feel. And then when you look at their mannerisms, they always got some type of drugs in their hand or some type of lean in their cup. And they promote this because they want to feel numb. You realize when you want all those type of drugs, you really can't feel shit. You can't.
You can't.
So that's really what's going on.
We got to talk because, I work. Well, I'm not going to get into our work, but I see a lot of these young kids and they be fucked up. They be fucked up. They be just with the dope head lean, and it's crazy to me because when we was coming up, dope fiends was like 30 and up. Like when you see the nigga on the corner.
Not no more.
Now you see a motherfucker 12, 13 years old with the mean lean, like.
And you can even tell what type of drugs they're using just by looking at them. If they leaning, they probably on that fucking lean. If they teeth are missing, they probably popping Xannies. It's sad. The only thing that separates them from what we know to be a drug addict is the way that they dress. They looking like fiends, but they walking around with $500-$600 worth of shit on their body.
And a lot of us fathers, they have to be in our daughters' lives, especially when you have a daughter that's from the age 12 to 18. Mm-hmm. Because a lot of these girls out here now, they fucking for pills.
Oh, yes.
And these niggas don't give a fuck about none of that shit.
I saw a video of 2 girls fighting on Clinton Avenue over the last Zanny.
And that's what people got to understand, man. So, man, I know.
Who's regulating these doctors?
Nobody's regulating the doctors.
I'm prescribed Percocets every month.
Okay.
Right.
I have a legit, for real, I'm not on some fiend shit. I have legit. But, I go to the doctors and, people be like, my back hurts, and they, who's regulating?
Well, what I'll tell you from the medical perspective, because I worked in a lot of clinics and stuff, see, it's a win-win situation. I remember there was a clinic that I knew about where literally you would see drug addicts going in to get prescriptions for the lean and shit, and when they leave out, they're giving the lean to the drug dealer to get dope. And the doctor's aware of this shit. They go in there, I got a cough, and do you smoke cigarettes? No. All right, here's a prescription. And then God forbid they receive Medicaid. You only can get a 30-day prescription. Most people will do that shit in a day or two. So now they're finding different addicts to go in there and to use their insurance to get them these drugs.
I'm gonna tell you something. Them perks and them oxys.
It is a shame.
I done had a lot of surgeries. All right, I'm gonna keep it 100, and that's why I fuck with my wife like I do, cause she be like, man, enough is enough, nigga. And I'm telling you, I pop 2 of them shits and take a shot. God damn it. And I'm feeling.
I've definitely had a perk before
I'm
being
relaxed.
sick. Shit, take you
relaxed,
somewhere.
You know what I'm saying? I'm in a whole nother world. But what I realized, and that's why I don't like taking pain medicine, and inshallah I'll never have another surgery. What I start realizing was, you sleep good. So now I was waking up and taking one, so I can sleep extra 4 or 5 hours. But then you keep like one day I had messed up my knee. So they had me with the button with the morphine. I'm beating that button up. I wasn't eating.
You just felt like this.
I was high as hell, and then they had to get me up out of there because I was hitting that button. Then now I go home, I don't got that shit. Yo, dog, only thing I was missing was I was prom queen. I was in the motherfucking room. Yo, that shit was like, yo.
Yep.
So motherfuckers.
It's basically.
Motherfuckers gotta understand that shit. That shit real, man.
And for women that have had children, and if you were going through, let's say, the early stages of labor and you're going through pain, the first thing the doctors usually offer you is morphine. And in the early stages, because shit, towards that middle to the end, morphine can't even help that pain. But in the beginning stages, you be feeling like you on fucking cloud nine. And when I remember when I gave birth to my second daughter, they had gave me something and it had me so fucked up. My mother went running down the hallway, blacking out. Like, what the fuck did y'all just give my daughter? She in there looking like a fiend. So you got to be careful. Do not, because doctors are, you got to understand, pharmaceutical companies come to visit your doctors, ladies and gentlemen. They give your doctors drugs and ask the doctors to test them out on a certain amount of patients. They are supposed to write down what's happening with those patients, and they give back to the drug rep. That's how they record their data, and the doctors get money for that. So if your doctor really don't give a fuck, he'll have you on 7 to 8 different drugs, and he getting a check for it, and all he really doing is documenting what your effects are. Simple as that. You are literally a guinea pig. You must be careful about that. All right, so that's something to talk about. Also, for all of my Ratchet TV lovers, okay, Love and Hip Hop. Now, you know the New Millennium Tour is kicking off. You know, Omarion dropped B2K from the New Millennium Tour. It's Bow Wow. You got Sammy. You got Mario. Who else they got? They got Pretty Ricky. They have, let me see. Oh, and they just added Ashanti. Like, it's like a crazy-ass lineup. I know I'm missing a couple of people. Anywho, one of the members, Lil Fizz, that's on Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, who was along with Omarion's baby mother, April Jones, and they went through this whole fiasco about how they were together and she loved him, he loved her. They are currently broken up. Lil Fizz, you get donkey of the fucking day, and this ain't even a Breakfast Club, because you fucked up your bag trying to get back at Omarion, and Omarion's winning right now. He about to make even more fucking money, and now you out here looking stupid. She's out here still trying to chase any fucking rapper that'll even have her, because she's a bitter woman. She doesn't understand why Omarion dumped her a couple of months after she had their second child, and I think that she's very bitter and she's hurt by it, and she was looking for an outlet. But the real tea is the other member, J Boog. If y'all watch Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, they had that reunion, and baby, that shit came out that J Boog had fucked Omarion's mother too.
What? Yo, we fucking mothers? Nah, somebody gotta get shot, yo.
And it was crazy, because what happened was, because I started doing my investigation, because what happened was, they had gotten into an argument, and J Boog was like, saying like, if y'all wanted to be for each other, I just wish you was for him first and not Omarion. And she was looked at him real quick. She was like, wait a minute, I know a lot of stuff too, because there was people out here screwing people's family members, and if you want me to put that out there, he got so quiet, y'all. He got so quiet.
So
that shit
are
was
we
crazy.
sure he fucked his mom?
Yes, I did my investigation, and I found out from my sources. I'm not putting it out there where I got it from.
Omarion, I don't know if this is true.
It is very true. He has an ice box where his heart used to be. That's probably why he did that song.
I understand that you are unbothered.
Wait. So whose mom got fucked?
Omarion's mother. Omarion, J Boog, and then J Boog admitted it. Like, he was like, J Boog is one of the members, and he had sex with Omarion's mother back in the day.
No,
they're not going on to it now. J Boog is trying to get on with Pretty Ricky. He trying to reach. He reaching. He like, I want to be somewhere. But then
Somebody
Fizz, somebody gotta go. Then Fizz then screwed the baby mother. In my opinion, it's like which is worse? Cause Boog.
Now you know what? If you fuck my baby mama or something like that, it is what it is.
Fizz is not gonna be in my DMs. No, I don't want no parts of that.
But if you fuck my mama,
fizzle pop.
Nah, yo.
Nah, you gotta die.
Nah, yo, you gotta go, man.
I'm telling you, like that was crazy. So, you know, and then in the industry, people have always talked about, you know, Omarion knowing that he was the breakout star. He really didn't really want to be a part of the boy band. He felt like he was better. So, you know, Fizz was like, well, he wasn't really my friend anyway. He only called me to be on Love and Hip Hop initially because he needed another person to be on the show with him. J Boog is like, well, you know, y'all all my brothers. But the whole time he ain't want to get exposed. So when everybody was like, oh, Omarion mother knew what type of girl April was, that's because they cut from the same cloth.
My mama though? Not my mama.
The mama.
Nah, yeah, my
mama. And this happened a couple of years back. So now I'm a bit confused. Because they kind of young, right?
So mommy was on some R. Kelly
I'm on
shit.
some ABCs. Remember they used to do the shit on Channel 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Like, how old was he when that happened?
So
but it happened.
She was peeing on him too.
Yes. And now, Love It. I don't, allegedly, I don't know that part.
No.
So, you know, now, you know, Love and Hip Hop Miami is set to start back up. And everybody's favorite Puerto Rican princess, Jocelyn Hernandez, is returning back to the screen. And what a lot of people don't know about Love and Hip Hop is that you never leave and you got to come back to Mona Scott because that ass is going to take a pay cut. And so I'm pretty sure she did take a pay cut. Jocelyn actually has her own reality show that's going to be on the Zeus network, the same network that did Black China show, the same network that did her mother Tokyo Tony show. So she's also going to have a show talking about, I guess, the life and times of strippers and the hard times and the fun times and all that good stuff. So, you know, I'm waiting to see when that's going to drop. I'll be looking into that. And yes, Love and Hip Hop New York has premiered, and they got all the OGs back up there. Chrissy and Jim Jones is back up there. They still ain't married. The house went in foreclosure, but they back on Love and Hip Hop.
I'm sorry.
What?
Not my mama, yo. Yeah, I'm sorry, man. Not my mama, yo.
Wait, she was pouring Fruit Loop milk on him? Had to be.
No,
doing that shit like don't be a menace by drinking your juice in the hood. Yeah. She was pouring the Kool-Aid on them and making them eat the baby's hot dog and shit. Shit is real. But yeah, so Jim Jones and Chrissy is back up there. Kim Bella's back up there. We all know Joelle Santana is still locked up. Yandy Harris is up there, of course, when I believe her husband, boyfriend, married through the eyes of God. I don't know what that situation. She don't got papers on him, but Mendices has been released. So Erica Mena has returned, and she is pregnant, and she is either married or engaged still to Safari Samuels, who is Nicki Minaj's ex-boyfriend. So there's going to be a lot of drama. Same thing with the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Kenya Moore has returned. Her husband is openly disrespecting her on the show, even after she tried to hide the relationship and even left the show because she wanted to have her marriage, and she did have their baby, little Brooklyn Daly. So there's a lot of drama going on. I'm going to keep my eyes glued to these streets, letting y'all know. So that's it for my tea.
Dangle. That was a big cup of tea today, but it was all right. No, it was all right. It was all right, man. But I want to do something different, man, this year, man. I want to get into something, man, because we was going to get into the sex trafficking, and I want to get into that a little bit more next week with a little bit more. You know what?
Can I just give out the legal definition of it?
Go ahead. We're going because this is something I know you wanted to do. Come on, let's rock.
So I want to give out the legal definition of sex trafficking because when you go on social media, I don't know if people don't understand that sex trafficking is not going to fuck for $40. That's not dropping your homegirl off at this guy's house because you don't know his name. It's sex trafficking. That is not that. It does not mean that when you are in Walmart, somebody is following you. That is not sex trafficking. Do not take pictures of this shit. Actually make some noise or find a police officer if that's the case. The legal definition of sex trafficking is as follows. The illegal business of recruiting, harboring, transporting, obtaining, and providing a person, and especially a minor, for the purpose of sex.
Say it again.
The illegal business of recruiting, harboring, transporting, obtaining, or providing a person, and especially a minor, for the purpose of sex. If you can't deal with what I'm saying verbally, watch Law and Order. They have plenty of shows on this. They will, Olivia Benson, Rollins, all the whole crew will break it down for you what sex trafficking is, and stop taking this shit as a joke.
And it's crazy. Before everything happened, I was telling Angie, I was saying, like it's starting to seem like people are taking this to get likes.
Yes.
And they're faking. And right after that shorty from the Bronx did that bullshit.
The young lady that was mad that her mother was they were getting ready to move back to Honduras.
Yeah.
And then she had the boyfriend who was 22 years old, so she's 16. And then they basically staged her getting kidnapped, and they punched the damn mother in the face. That ain't right. Leave the mother on the ground, and then the mother's all scared. And I'm gonna tell you something.
I'm sorry.
They punched the mother.
Yeah, they punched her in the face.
I'm sorry, but they said I'm gonna be Jussie Smollett Part 2.
Right.
And
hey,
I'm gonna stick the script, and whoever that dude was that punched that mom in the face, yo.
That shit is crazy.
It ain't that much good pussy in
but
the world.
But this the killer part, though.
Yo, man.
The killer part was the young lady's, the boyfriend had a murder charge before. He was a very well-known gang member amongst all of this shit. Now, I'm going to tell you what I believe, though. When they found her ass, and they was at that police station, and the mother walked out and with her, and the mother was embarrassed, and the family really didn't have no comment. That would be a day I would get a charge. I would beat her ass on national television. Yeah. Then you just take me to the king if y'all feel like that, because guess what? That's some bullshit.
Yeah, I'm sorry, yeah.
I'm sorry.
I can really see you spazzing on that.
You damn right.
Yeah.
You trying to tell me I'm out here worrying about you.
Yeah.
And I'm popping lip because I see my daughter. And I don't even know. You supposed to be getting ready to go to sleep, Asha.
No, don't do that.
No, I had to put on blast. But
don't do that.
They know don't do that, but I need for people to understand. You got to talk to your kids about being honest with you and being truthful. And parents, I know that there's conversations that you don't want.
She's being honest. She's supporting you and letting you see her.
I ain't talking about Asha. I'm talking about just with these young adults, these teenagers. You got to talk to them. Parents sometimes don't want to have that conversation because they don't want to think about their kids having sex. Your kids are going to grow up. You need to be able to be open with them. You ain't got to hide this shit. So you screwing this guy. Tell me about him. Maybe there's something that you can talk to your child that might, put a light bulb over their head to make them think. There's no way that this guy had all this fucking she's impressionable. I get that. But he had like a lot of influence on her to get her to even agree to do some shit like that, because she didn't want to go.
She didn't want to go.
That's all she had to say. I don't want to go.
Yeah, but she
he's like, yo, babe, I got you. You know what I'm saying? Well, fuck your moms.
She did some goofy shit.
I'm gonna punch your moms in the face.
She did some goofy shit, but fuck that. What's getting me is people need to pay attention.
Oh God, here's my other child. Yes, Shamar. Yes, you gotta talk to them. I can't.
You gotta.
It's crazy.
Yeah, your voice. Never mind. You gotta be able to. We need to start paying attention because this shit is getting real.
It is.
And it's nothing light, and it's like Super Bowl time coming up.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people don't know, like Super Bowl, all of these big events. A lot of women get snatched during these events and during these times, yo. So we gotta pay attention, man, and we're gonna be talking about it, throughout the year, man, just so people can pay attention, man. Because I'm a father, man, and I swear to God, man. Somebody snatched one of my daughters.
It's right.
I don't know, man. They're gonna have to kill me.
And another thing too, as a community, as Americans, as the people, we need to start looking out. Even if you see a young woman walking down the street by herself, and you happen to be in a parking lot, or you driving by, keep an eye out. You never know. What could happen. That's somebody's mother or sister.
People don't give a fuck no more.
You
know what the crazy part? Most people, man, nowadays, they so fucked up. They'll see somebody getting snatched and pull their phone out.
Wait a minute. You're absolutely right. I got it. Yes, Chanel, that is Omarion's cousin. And I don't know if that's by marriage or what. But he got the draws.
Yo,
like they said in Martin, he got the draws.
Yeah, how did we get from putting people in the van?
No, it was because Chanel, she was right. She had brought something back out, and I just wanted to. You right, girl. You right. What the fuck is up with that? Yeah. But but to get back to be serious, no, I'm not bipolar because I was on this topic beforehand, you know. But you're absolutely right. We have to start, and not just young girls, ladies and gentlemen. You got to look out for the young men too, okay? Because for some reason, society doesn't make it seem that young men can't be taken advantage of, and I get it. You know, the young boys think it's cute to be losing their virginity to these older women and all of that other shit, but they can also be sex trafficked. They can. Yeah. They can. You gotta be careful out here because you got a lot of people out here that's fucked up in the head and they got different appetites. Yeah. Okay, so definitely look out for your people in your neighborhood. Even if you want to get your kids something to put on their keys or, you know, something to make noise, and talk to your kids. We can't stress this enough. Talk to them. What would you do if you walking down the street and somebody approaches you? I talk to my kids all the time. Sometimes it could be a regular day and we be in the street and I'll be like, look, if you're ever out by yourself at night, this is what you do. Do I want my kids outside at night by themselves? Hell no. Life happens. And what's going to happen when my daughters are 19 and 20 and I can't control where they are? I need you to know certain things you need to know. Okay? And don't keep talking about, oh, they snatching us in the Uber and Lyft. You've been agreeing to get into a car with a stranger. Stranger danger? The hell?
Yeah, hold up, man.
What?
Go ahead, keep going.
Am I going?
No, you're all right,
Oh, no, the booty snatch. Well, you know we talked about the booty warrior before. KT, he said the booty snatchers is out there. Yeah. And if I'm not mistaken, they said he got released not too long ago.
He did. Hey, I sent you something. I just sent you something. You think you were able to bring this up?
What did you do?
You'll see.
Oh my God! Roll that beautiful bean footage.
Give me a second though.
Yeah, no problem. By giving a second, we're going to do something different. We're going to end this show with something a little light. And before you put it up, man, in 2020, in 2020, ladies, there's certain things that y'all really need to change.
Andrea, Happy New Year!
Andrea, what up, baby? In 2020, there's a lot of things that y'all ladies need to change, and you need to love yourself.
Oh, no.
Just let me finish.
Oh, no.
Just let me finish.
I know it's about to be some bullshit.
You need to love yourself. You need to stop trying to alter and change yourself like
we was talking about it, KT.
Like a Spanish dude trying to hook up a Honda Civic. We have to stop. Love yourself. You got eyebrows that's the size of church fans. You got all of these different cuts. And now we got women, the booty things, and the booty shit is getting out of control because their pockets cannot fulfill their thoughts. And with that being said, can you please put that on? 2 minutes. Well.
Okay, Chanel. Let me tell you. Next week, I'm gonna make sure that tea is juicy.
While he's bringing it up, because a lot of women, I'll tell y'all gonna get off. Y'all gonna listen to me today.
Oh, okay.
Y'all say y'all want a real nigga.
All right now.
I hope this works. If it doesn't.
All right. If it Yeah, those are like, don't take it down. Please don't take it down. I want that up.
Ladies and gentlemen, what you just saw was breast implants put in a woman's ass. And this is what happens when we get our tax money and we go to the DR and we go to Miami and we say, fuck that, new year, new me, new ass. Ladies, he gonna still cheat. It don't matter the size of the ass. If you're doing, we gotta be realistic about this. We formulate what we look like and what our definition of sexy is because we want men to want us. Okay? That shit don't look good.
What up, T? Love you, homie.
Her ass is sagging.
It look like, you know what,
It's
Terrence?
sagging.
You're right. It look like 2 doorknobs.
It's like 2 doorknobs. But guess what?
What?
Somebody gonna take a turn.
No.
Yes, they are.
No.
Yes, they are. And you better talk to the people that's willing to hit that.
They're like breasts with no nipples.
It is breasts with no nipples. And with a right amount of fucking alcohol, they be like, I tell you, fuck this bitch, and he was just hitting it from the back. I'm telling you, yo.
Yeah, that's funny.
I know it is.
That's funny.
But you know, but on a serious note, because I am a woman, that's a lot of self-hate, ladies and gentlemen. If you're not happy with your appearance, then think about it. Say, I want to lose some weight. Just start changing the way that you eat day by day. You don't got to starve yourself. You know what I'm saying? You don't got to put your fingers down your throat.
Or do squats.
Okay, do some squats.
Or guess what? You just don't have ass. There's a lot of women that don't have ass.
Little booties matter.
They don't, but still. What I'm saying
and
is...
see, hold on. If she breastfed from her cheeks, does it make
Oh yeah, this shit is ridiculous.
like we laughing at it, but we're actually laughing at her pet. Oh, oh.
Yeah, turn the speaker on.
Oh no.
Yeah, man, it's
Ew is right, Miss Lady Soul Purpose. Like, yeah, drunk and high. I'm telling you. See, thank you, KT. Somebody that's gonna admit it, because you don't want to admit it. Enough of those perks, a couple of those Xannies and shit, it'll make you think that the ass is formulated right.
Listen to me.
Okay.
Before I was married, I was a wild dude.
Oh shit!
Okay?
Ass is a must. Tits are a plus.
Now, did I take a couple for the team? Yes, I have.
Right.
But I've never.
Did they look like that?
No.
Were you under the influence?
Yo, she can shake her breasts from both sides of the bar.
Yeah, look.
From the front, I mean.
The titty bar.
You can't pay me. Nah,
She the favorite at the titty bar.
Nah, yo.
No?
Nah.
She can't?
Nah.
Well, guess what? This gonna be the killer for you.
How she sit?
This gonna be the killer
she
for
be
you.
Rocking for no reason.
No, I'm about to tell you some shit. Y'all see that picture and y'all laughing, right?
Yeah.
But this the killer. She put on the right pair of tights. And they got the tights that's formulated to make your ass sit a certain way. You won't know about that shit until you get in the bedroom with her, and then you get the "I'm gonna get you" sucker moment.
That shit look like it's not moving though.
Listen, it's moving for somebody.
So you telling me in a pair of tights that shit look fat?
Yeah, but no, listen. They have tights that are formulated to lift your ass up. See, her shit's sagging
that
right
shit
now.
Is lifted.
She got
already.
saggy boobs for an ass, but if she put the right pants on, it'll fill it out. So that's why you gotta. At the end of the day, you gotta love yourself.
Yeah.
And you better give a message out here. You showed that ass, but you didn't show that all these guys is getting them front laces and shit. You didn't show that, now did you?
Now
they getting the tape and they getting the glue. And they going like this on the cheeks. We're going to show that next week.
But you know, we can do that. But you know what? I'm not mad at a dude that's getting the
What kind of killer?
Yeah, Anaconda. Funny as hell.
He said, as long as that thing wet, I'ma sweat.
Yeah, you a wild boy, yo.
I told you.
Hey, Conda, matter of fact, yo.
Oh, God.
I need you to hit me, bro. I need you to hit me, so we could talk. I want to let you know about some shit that's going on. So make sure you hit me, bro, in the DM, man. Word is born, but all jokes aside, now we can get on this. I have choices.
Okay.
I know y'all known me for a while. You see me on the show. Sometimes I have a bald head, or sometimes I have my full head of hair. I do what I want.
Cause he likes change.
I like change. Everybody can't do what I want, but a lot of women wear weave, and we've been dealing with weave for a long time.
What that mean?
No, just let me finish. It's been a lot of dudes that had that weave laid on their chest and woke up in the morning and had gangrene.
That is a lie.
You understand?
And that's a lie.
Let me finish.
All right.
Let me finish.
All right.
I know there's all different types of levels of weave. You have the cheap weave and you have the expensive
Right, Miss
weave.
Lady? Yeah.
Okay? But now, at the same time, if a man is going bald.
That's right.
And he doesn't feel confident about himself.
Okay.
And he wants to gorilla glue a hairstyle and a beard.
And a beard.
What's the problem?
Does it itch?
I don't know.
It's on his face, though.
I don't have those problems.
And then they got the glue and they got tape.
Yeah, I don't have those problems.
But they got hair club for men. It seems so much easier.
But no, because it doesn't work for everybody. But what I'm saying is, how can y'all come on? You gonna maybe start preaching? Come on, somebody.
Okay.
How can y'all?
All right.
Do you hear me in the background, fellas? How can y'all?
All right.
Have anything be upset? Period.
We're gonna
about a dude wearing a weave.
We're gonna roll. No, I want the viewers to see the actual process. Cause see, just like you said, we got options too. We can cut our hair. We can grow our hair. We don't gotta get weaves. We can get a wig. We can be more than one person at a time.
But how many? Let's keep it real. How many women out here? I know.
They trumping.
Hey T, you know what I'm talking about. I know a female who has long dreads.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And folds them things up. I don't know how she does it.
Okay.
And wears all different type of crazy wigs twice.
Oh yes, people with locks.
3-4 times out the week.
No
I'm
dreads,
talking about
locks.
blue, red.
That's right.
Yellow.
That's right.
Look,
all those different names.
And I'm trying to figure out. And this is my thing.
Lisa, Angela, Pamela, and Renee.
Yeah, she's mad. And so I'm just trying to figure out. It's just dudes is just trying to catch up and say, hey. Now my thing is make sure that shit is tight.
That shit hot.
Any of my mans that got that around me, I'm pulling.
You do know that the hair that the men are using is the actual track hair, the same hair like the women get, and they get it cut and it goes up according to their hair texture. They get the blackout. Don't forget the blackout on top of it.
The blackout is bad because when it start raining, what happens then?
I start pouring.
Or if you're playing the good game of basketball, or if you beating it up and it's hot in the room and you sweating,
that's
and
right,
now she's trying to figure
okay,
out.
Okay, for the natural sisters up here. See, I'm a representation. I'm an all around the way fillet. Okay, sometimes you'll see me with my cut. Sometimes you'll see me with some braids. You might see me with some faux locks, or you might see me with a weave.
Okay, so how do you get mad at the brother that's wearing weave?
No, that shit got too much attachment. You didn't see the process. It was tape. It was glue. Okay. This how it went. It was glue. Okay. And then it was tape. And then it was glue. And then they cut the shit.
Let me ask you this.
Okay.
It's a lot of women.
All right.
Walking around here with foreheads longer than they really need to be.
They forehead?
Yes. And you know why?
That's God made. What you talking about?
No, it's not God made.
How is that?
You know why? Because y'all act like y'all didn't go through that lace front stage. Where a lot of women, all right here, their edges is gone.
Oh yeah, that's because of the glue.
That glue.
That's what. Yeah, so that's why, ladies, you don't use the glue. You get a band installed inside, and you do the glueless, so that way your hair is still protected. That's what I was saying,
Andrea. I seen chicks who didn't have to have weave, and they put weave in. And now they look like they got a skin sweatband around their head.
And I feel bad for them because they shouldn't have did that shit because that shit is bad. The same thing's going to happen to the brothers.
How? They already don't have no hair.
So you say, fuck it, just go for broke?
They already don't have no hair.
So when the stuff come up and then their skin is a completely different complexion than their regular skin tone, they will forever have to get the glue and the tape and the glue and I'm going like this, y'all. I want y'all to really Google it. Because like I said, I seen it. I think it's amazing. You can't even tell the difference when it's done, but it's a lot. And I felt bad for the brother because he had a big ass Sunni too. And then they had it like when he moved, it shake. It's shaking shit. I'm like, shake and bake ass nigga.
It's gonna be chicks trying to figure out how they monkey breaking out.
That's right.
That motherfucking big gonna be having hair bumps all around.
Alopecia queen.
Y'all better check that, man. But yeah, we about to get off. But before I get off, man, I want to break down. My wife is doing a little something, man. So y'all can look at her on it's JO. I guess space BELL. She's doing a little entrepreneurship where she's selling CBD teas and health stuff. So if you go on there, you can go to the link and you can look at the different things that she's selling.
That
and
stuff
you
is
can buy
good,
from
too.
her page, and it's actually helping me. I'm gonna do. I done took a before picture, so I'm getting some things together. So in 3 months, hopefully y'all see I'm looking good. It's just that it's hard for me to put these chicken wings down, and I love steak, and
so we gotta work. We gotta work on
beef
you.
bacon and all of that. So I'm trying to change, but this tea is helping me, and it regulates. So if y'all can go on the page, it's on Instagram. I say it again, it's JO space BELL. And you click on the link that's up there, and you'll be able to look at the different things that she's selling. And it's on Instagram. So you look it up. It's JO space BELL, and you can click the link, and you can just look at the products and see if you're interested, man. And
we should bring maybe you could bring a couple of products up
yeah,
here to kind of show.
Next week I'll bring stuff. Yeah, thank you. I'll bring some of the stuff to show, man. So, to try to support her, man. But
that's really good.
I just want to thank everybody for tuning in. I want to thank everybody because, and it was because of me, for sticking around and checking back for us and coming back, man, because we've been gone since November. But like I said, after I lost my mans, I went into a deep funk, man. And I really thought about not doing this show anymore, man. Because
we miss you too, Andrea.
You know what I'm saying? And I miss y'all. So we're going to be back. We're going to get a lot of things going. We're going to have the rappers coming back. We haven't stopped with the rappers. We're going to have the rappers.
We got to, we need to promote the showcase that's happening. The rap showcase.
I don't know yet.
You don't know yet?
I thought about it. I don't know yet.
Oh, okay.
You feel me?
Okay, you did. I'm sorry, y'all. Y'all didn't hear it.
It's a new year, and I'm not being mean, but I'm in a place where I'm supporting people who support me.
Thank you so much, Miss Parker.
I'm supporting people who support me, so that's what I'm doing, and I'm just happy to be back. So I'm going to let Angie end it, but I'm going to say this, and I know a lot of people are going through a lot of things. You might have been like that young lady. You might have tried to get your booty done, and shit didn't work out. Or
it was like this.
Or you might have gotten that beard, and you might have tried to eat your mate out, and now she's all broken out. You can't eat out no more.
You got carpet on your face.
But what you always got to remember is that midgets smell things differently in the elevator.
Yeah, this is true.
Go ahead, Angie.
So now I want to let y'all know too. I have just become an ambassador for a company called Lively. They sell like bras. They have like a lot of lounge gear, and they have like lip gloss, like little different types of apparel. Next week when I come back up here, I'm going to definitely show y'all what my code is, because if you actually go online, you can get like to $10 to $20 off using my promo code. And I think that it's something, every woman should be able to feel comfortable in lounge. And so I kind of thought it was kind of dope. So I'm going to definitely put that up there. It's January, and if you follow us and you've been rocking with us all this time, that I'm really big on education. So I definitely have those electrical and HVAC classes. I do enrollments every month. I got day and evening, and I have those medical classes here at National Career Institute up at 134 Evergreen Place in East Orange on the second floor. And for all of the people that tuned in with us tonight, we thank you. We appreciate you. Our loyal viewers, we love you, and we miss you just the same as much as you missed us. And for all of you new people, thank you so much for looking at us. And if you see the like button, hit it. If you want to leave a comment, do that. And if you see that subscribe button, touch it. Okay, because I don't want you to forget 15 minutes of fame to Oxtails and an Empanada.
We out.